Liam Neeson heads up another generic action thriller. This one is on Netflix in the US and Amazon Prime in other territories. Let's talk about The Ice Road. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It. Welcome to my spoiler-free review for the new Liam Neeson flick, The Ice Road. You can see it now for free on Netflix if you are a subscriber. And speaking of subscribers, before we get into the movie, if you are new to Dan Reviews It, think about subscribing down below there or hitting that like button or commenting about this or any other of the wonderful Liam Neeson action filmography. But all right, let's get to The Ice Road. So there's actually one Neeson movie I've missed already this year called The Marksman, but I will be watching that soon, doing sort of catch up on some of the early movies of the year that I missed and didn't get to review. But the last time I did a Liam Neeson movie, it was Honest Thief, and I actually gave it a slightly positive grade. It was kind of on that border, but you know what? I admitted even in that video that I thought part of that could be due to the fact that it was one of the first movies I had seen in theaters in like 6 months. So that's possible. Here, though, it's on your TV. It's for free on Netflix. Netflix, by the way, spent $18 million to acquire the distribution rights to this film. I can't imagine that they're going to make that up in subscribers, but whatever. If you are a Liam Neeson fan, you'll probably really enjoy this. But let's talk about the specifics of this one. Now, first of all, I want to say it has nothing to do with the Liam Neeson movie Cold Pursuit from a couple of years ago. He was a semi-truck driver, I think, and I forget what happened, but it was a horrible movie. I gave it like a D or a D+. It was very bad. One of the worst of the many Neeson action movies since the Taken franchise took off. But in this one, there is a diamond mine that, due to some gas, collapses in far northern California. So this ice road trucker, Liam Neeson, who just got fired from his job, he gets hired on by these other people alongside Lawrence Fishburne and this gal that he had just met, played by Amber Matruder, and then also his brother, who has severe PTSD and some mental issues. He's along for the ride as well. But anyway, this ragtag team must traverse over a frozen ocean to save these trapped miners. And I don't watch Ice Road Truckers, but obviously the Ice Road is a real thing. And it explains in the beginning of this movie, in sort of the prologue text, it tells you all about what these guys go through and where it is and whatever. Okay, great. So how does this differ from any, really, of the other Liam Neeson movies? Well, it generally doesn't, except for the actual, like, on-location footage and some of the action sequences, because it's in parts a man against nature story, which, of course, Liam Neeson has already done, too, with The Grey. But, all right, there is a man against man element here as well, but the Ice Road sort of becomes a character unto itself and sort of a villain of its own, because they need to really get across the way. So there are actually some decent action sequences in this film. None of them have anything to do with the man versus man part. That is just, a waste of everyone's time, very generic. Neeson is the same as always, of course, doing his sort of fisticuffs and whatever, and the angry talking, and okay. So the only really interesting part about this is that Ice Road stuff. There's a lot of really cool action sequences. I have to admit that. But now the stuff about the miners and they're trapped, and we keep like going back to that storyline. And not only did I not care about it, but the rest of this movie is so poorly written. The dialogue is terrible. The acting is not good. Lawrence Fishburne is good, of course. Liam Neeson is okay, but he's doing his Liam Neeson thing. I mean, he's been playing basically this same role for the last, I don't know, 30 movies maybe. Like, I mean, it's just over and over and over again. And, you know, I always joke like, oh yeah, this is Taken, you know, 24 or whatever. You know, Taken 26. And it kind of is. They're all some form of this character he played in Taken. Honest Thief was the same, but I don't know. Like I said, maybe it was the razzle dazzle of having it on the big screen that I really enjoyed in part about that one. But here, the thing to come for is these Ice Road sequences. Without that, you have literally nothing else. You know, whenever the miners were on screen talking about their stuff, I didn't care. You know, Liam Neeson wasn't a part of that. He wasn't down there with them. He was up on the ice road dealing with his own problems. And whenever he's off the screen in these movies, the quality almost always dips, because the reason these movies exist are to build around Neeson. So if Neeson's not in the scene, they're not talking about his character, they're not, you know, they're figuring out their own business, the dialogue just falls completely flat. The acting stinks. And I'm not saying Neeson is a top actor here either, because, again, he's just doing the same routine. But there's a reason that these Neeson action thrillers have caught on with people for the last 10, 12 years. And it is because he is a commanding presence on the screen. He's not doing anything different here, but you know, you do miss him when he's not on the screen. So look, this movie does get a negative grade from me, but it's not quite as bad as some of these other ones. The Commuter was a really bad one. Cold Pursuit was very bad. I guess I'll see The Marksman soon enough and determine how good or bad that one is, but there's two more, by the way, in the pipeline. They both feature Guy Pearce for some reason as the supporting actor, but he's playing, you know, a different part in both, so I don't think they're related at all. But I should say, too, the director of this, Jonathan Hensley, he is known for producing such movies as Armageddon and The Rock and Gone in 60 Seconds. So, I mean, you sort of know, you know, if you know that guy's name, I think you sort of know what you're getting anyway with these movies. But if you know Liam Neeson and you know it's an action movie, you also kind of know what you're getting with that. So, for a few decent action sequences, and there were a couple of oh crap moments based on, you know, the trucks flying around the ice and this and that, I will give it, you know, not the worst of the Neesons, but it's certainly a less than average grade as well. I'm going to leave the Ice Road with a C-. Thanks for watching, and we'll see everybody next time. We've got a lot more Netflix movies coming this summer. In fact, there's another one that just came out this week that I'll get to soon. But look for my review of The Marksman, too, coming up. I'll have to watch that and do sort of a January, February wrap-up for the movies that came out then that I didn't get to. But thanks for watching. We'll see you back here next time. Bye.